Destination D23 was this past weekend, and oh boy do we have a lot to cover. What is Destination D23, you ask? It's essentially a convention where all things Disney parks are covered, and we got a sneak peek of what's in the future. It takes place in Orlando. Did I go? Did I balls? What do you think, I'm made of money? Some of us have to work for a living. But I managed to wrangle up all the announcements of coming attractions to the Disney parks, and here's what we have to look forward to. And before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're so close to hitting 500 subs that I am no longer asking you to sub. Subscribe or you'll get D23 punches in the face. Sold. We'll quickly speed through the overseas parks and cruise lines because not a lot was announced for them. First, at Disneyland Paris, they announced that their version of Avengers Campus will open in summer 2022. And if it's anything like what I've heard about Disneyland's AC, he'll be met with a resounding... yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess. Next year, they'll also hold a 30th anniversary celebration for Disneyland Paris. And if it's anything like the 50th anniversary, he'll be met with a resounding, stop, he's already dead. Over at Shanghai, we got a sneak peek at one of the animatronics of the upcoming Zootopia land, specifically that of the stoner nudist character. It's still weird if that was a character they got in that movie. Between that and the Breaking Bad joke, Zootopia really was breaking all the rules. For Hong Kong Disney, they showed pictures of the Frozen Land under construction, which... okay, that's still coming along. Cool. And the Disney Cruise Line will have 2 new shows. First, Seize the Adventure with Minnie, and that's Seize, like water, and not, aha, I'm taking all your money now. Don't think about how much you spent for this vacation. And they will also have a Broadway-style version of The Little Mermaid, now with 50% less roller skates. Over to Disneyland now! They announced that the upcoming Magic Band Plus is arriving at that park too. It's essentially a light-changing magic band that'll allow you to interact with things around the park, and is guaranteed to cost you at least $300. Downtown Disney is getting a bit of a revamp starting in 2022, as we say goodbye to the AMC, Earl Sandwich, Sugarboo & Co., and Starbucks. Not the Starbucks! What am I supposed to pose with for my Instagram now? And now, some actually very exciting news. Fantasmic and World of Color are coming back to Disneyland for the first time since COVID. I love both of these nighttime shows and are thrilled to hear that they're coming back. And they're not the only things making a comeback. Just like how the cat came back the very next day, the Main Street Electrical Parade is returning in honor of its 50th anniversary. Love it or hate it, you can't argue that this parade is a staple of Disney parks. Meanwhile, Disney World still doesn't have a nighttime parade because we can't have nice things. Mickey's Toontown is also getting an update to better fit with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opening. Alright, let's get to the main event here. All the things coming to Disney World. Starting first at Animal Kingdom, they announced that Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond, the replacement for Finding Nemo the musical, will be opening in 2022. Now, if you're like me, you're thinking, cool, what's going on? What's changing here? Well, the new show will feature many of the same songs, characters, puppets, but it takes place during the events of Finding Dory. You know, the sequel that received a resounding, it was fine. At least we got Baby Dory out of it. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. Over at Hollywood Studios, Fantasmic is returning! Yay! I've missed this show so much, guys. Not only is it returning, it's going to feature a new segment featuring Aladdin. Cool! Moana! Awesome! And Frozen! Yay! Now, I'm not one of those Frozen haters, but I think another franchise that isn't representative everywhere else should be featured here instead. Unless they figured out a way to turn the mountains into the Earth Giants from Frozen 2, in which case I am 1000% on board. Over to Epcot now, they revealed concept art for the Connections Cafe, which, looks a little plain to me, as well as a new statue of Walt Disney. And unlike the partner statue, it looks like you can get up close and personal with this one, and oh no. Have you met people? They're awful. I give it a week before they put a fence up. Finally, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is set to open in summer 2022. Finally, a somewhat specific opening date. The ride will feature spinning cards, a backwards launch, a super long track, and Dave Bautista not wanting to sit an extra 3 hours in a makeup chair to paint his torso. We also got a little bit of a peek inside the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser Hotel, where we see a demo of the Lightsaber Training and defending the ship from a TIE fighter attack. Still waiting on the park that makes it worth $5,000. Finally, we come to Magic Kingdom. And first, Festival of Fantasy Parade is returning in 2022! Huzzah! Now people can ask what time the 3 o'clock parade is again. Speaking of blocking traffic, a new character cavalcade is debuting because apparently those are sticking around. It's called the Disney Adventure Friends, but it honestly feels like they were throwing darts at a board and seeing what stuck. We'll have characters from at least 9 different movies, ranging from Coco to Zootopia to the Three Caballeros to Clarabelle Cow, everyone's favorites. One of the trains for the railroad is fully refurbishment for when that eventually reopens in, 2039 or something? And we end on a newish, remade castle show called Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair, and honestly, it took me like 3 times going over this list before I realized that this was a quote-unquote new show. It seems like it'll still feature the 3 movies that were featured in the previous Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair, so I'm confused on what they're actually changing. They have a new song and slightly different costumes, and that's it. That's it, okay. And that's all the announcements you have for us, Disney? No other cool attractions you've been working on for a while that you might want to update us on? Say one that you can look out the window of the Contemporary and see? No? Oh, okay then. And that's all the major announcements for this year's Destination D23. Lots to look forward to in the upcoming year for all the parks, but what are you most excited for? Leave your hype in the comments down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button to help this channel grow. I'm Chris from Orlando, and I'm surprised I was able to follow along even though I didn't see Destination D1 through 22. Take care, y'all. One love. Don't hurt nobody.